other members of Hieta's clan, while Carmilla got charmed and Dahlgren was captured. Dahlgren was able to escape along with the werewolf, but told the werewolf to leave while Dahlgren attempted to save one of the dwarven twins. As of now, Dahlgren and twins are fighting Vespera while Trymir and Mikkel are thinking what to do next.
I also told the werewolf to destroy because they were using like teleportation devices in the room. Told him
Ah,
to destroy as much
all
as I
right.
can before he leaves.
Okay. I'll let that in.
Yeah, so where we left things off, I think we're going to jump right back into uh, where the Bearfang twins and Thalgren were facing off against Vespera and had managed to knock Camilla out. Up, up.
Yep,
So,
and the twin I'm playing right now, like he failed a wisdom save and he's like in a charmed condition. I believe.
I think he was being transformed. He was,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, definitely true.
yeah. So he was going kind of feral.
Yeah. True.
I think the charm effect. I think she did get him with the charm, but he broke out of it.
Hmm. Okay.
Maybe the charm
Yeah.
was
Right
to
now I don't
finish
see.
the transformation.
And no, because she
Hmm.
definitely used an an effect there. I'm just trying to see in the roles. It doesn't seem like that was all that recent. It was for Bewitching Gaze actually. I'm looking there now. He rolled an 8, and then continued attacking. So yeah, he must have been attacking the allies.
Oh yeah. Wait. Mm. No. Hmm. Oh, the bewitching gaze. What did that do? Bewitching gaze. I see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Folder.
talking about. That was the charm effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very recent. But huh.
So I think I may have had Rolder selected maybe because it says multi. Oh no, they're NPCs. I've got. Okay, so yeah, Rolder was the one that um was charmed, and but he was the one being transformed as well. So that uh, yeah, he will start with that effect.
Okay.
Basically, his movement is 0. Is the main
All
detriment.
right.
I'm just yeah, so it's incapacitated and has a speed of 0. I I didn't give it that effect last time because that sucked. I was like, didn't just want to say you do nothing. Um, but because he was already undergoing the ritual, we're going to say that instead of him being incapacitated, he basically can't tell ally from enemy. So you will have to attack the creature nearest to you on your next turn.
Okay.
So yeah, his rage has just gotten even worse as this takes over. But I believe, yeah, Vesper actually had her turn last time, so we will start at the top of the round here. Common unconscious. So unfortunately, there's not much she can do right now. But do you think there's anything that we see here as we rejoin the fight? Kamala is laden with a lot of loot that she managed to pick up there. Do you think there are any interesting items that may have spilled from her pack while as she's been knocked out and is lying here on the floor?
The shield, clearly. If I recall correctly, was a shield. That seems like a likely thing to spill.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's a shield lying next to uh, Kamala, and you notice there, Valgren, that she is carrying a lot of this loot. But you can tell that you've basically got a couple of options here as we move into combat. Vespera is not looking too badly damaged yet, but fighting her, is like, even if you kill her here, she's probably going to be able to return. So
Yeah.
you have the options of going to the west. You know that that's where you sent the werewolf, and that's where that portal device probably is. You know that to the east is where Carmilla came from, and seeing what she just dropped, you can tell that's probably where all the loot is. And to the north are the stairs that you came in through, which may also be another escape route. But as Carmilla is unconscious, we're going to start the battle again with Valgrind.
Yeah, I will risk an attack of opportunity and walk to Carmilla. Well, rush to Carmilla.
She swings and misses.
I'll see if she has any healing potions on her or anything.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Carmilla, do you have any healing potion?
According to my sheet, there should be 2.
Oh yeah.
Then I use my action to feed you a potion. You can roll that for yourself, I think, or should maybe I'm supposed to.
Yeah, just mark it off there, Carmilla. But it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't think I can roll from her sheet, so.
And I
for me to
don't.
do
Yeah, let's see if I can risk.
Just you can just use the item. Should be 2d4 plus 4.
Yeah, or just manually, worst case.
Oh, nice, not bad.
Yeah, as I feed her the potion, I just say, the stairs to the north lead out, and there is a teleport to the west. Get out of here. We'll hold her off. And I'll stand here, try to stop Vespera. Well, block her, and that's my turn.
Yeah,
Okay,
coronavirus. Oh, go ahead.
I will say, Crowder, the nearest creature to you is your beloved brother. So
Yeah.
you can make another check as he
What
will
was
be
the
the
save?
main target of your attack. But yeah, you can make another wisdom save as you are getting close to him and start to see who you're attacking.
Oh, yeah, 18.
Okay, with an 18, what does it look like as he goes to attack his brother and then it just that snaps him out of it.
Yeah, I can, I can, I can think. Roll there is thinking, wait, no, this is my brother. He came here to save me, and I must save him. And realizing, like, Monsieur is next to him is gonna, uh, like, yeah, direct his I guess, his weapons. Right now, he's slowly turning, so you, yeah, you mentioned that I can still use battle axe as the claw, so he shall attack. That's fair. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, and that's flanking, and it's gonna attack, and he can make 3 attacks. So for first battle axe,
Oh,
oh,
Sweet.
oh, oh.
oh,
So
but
much ammo. Yeah.
but there's also stunning critical. Oh,
Oh,
Oh hell yeah.
get her.
so scores critical the creature, so they are stunned until the end of its next turn. And oh yeah, he still has 2 more attacks.
Beat the shit out of her.
Okay. And then next attack. Yep, and that is the end of his turn.
Okay, so what does it look like as he stuns her here and gives the others a little bit of an opportunity?
Oh, I can imagine that he's fueled by the rage that Vesper's magic is like affecting him from almost attacking his own brother. So he basically, like as a dwarf, he strikes at like right now she's quite large, right? From her total
Yeah,
size.
she's large. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine like he strikes her like at the back of her knee, which causes her to kneel down, which is what now she's like in the stun condition. Momentarily kneel down for the pain, and then strike at the chest and basically shoulder area, like trying to like just do some damage to her.
Yeah. She's down on one knee there as we go to Bogrim.
Let me call you quick trolling talk. Oh wait, never mind. Or yeah, you killed on your Fulgrim. The other brother, I believe.
Yeah, I'm controlling the other brother. Yeah. I'm gonna move over here to get the advantage.
She's stunned.
She's
So
stunned.
you have
Well,
advantage.
yeah. That makes sense. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
another one. All right.
you have like execution on the crit or something? No, fair enough.
Not that this does anything, but
Double stunned.
Yeah,
double stun.
Got
like,
her.
like he just strikes the other knee.
That'll show
Yeah.
her.
So much for me thinking this is gonna
Going
be
to
a
be yeah.
quick PK. Like a quick.
And another one. Let's see if this one does anything. All right. Yeah, so taking like following up on his brother, Bokrim is gonna hit the other knee. So we see some twin action, him bonking the one knee and then Bokrim coming in for the other and slash him at the shins. That'll be his turn.
Yeah, as she is kneeling in this bloodied mess, just getting the shit kicked out of her by the twins, is here hissing and snarling. Yeah, she's not going to be able to do anything here. She is stunned. Just trying to see. Yeah, her regeneration would still kick in though. So
Yeah.
she regains a few hit points, but it's just that like as you're nearly slicing her legs off, and if it wasn't for that vampiric regeneration, she would be a few feet shorter. As she heals, that is all she's going to be able to do, and uh, she will just be kind of screaming out in pain here, but you can hear that elsewhere in this kind of dungeon, you can hear the howls of gnolls and the roaring of Leonin as reinforcements will probably be here soon.
Oh.
And at the top of the round, Camilla, you are back to consciousness. What are you going to do?
Hmm. Which way was the teleporter?
I said west.
Yep, to the
Oh.
left.
Yeah, perfect.
Sorry, which way is what?
The teleporter, I told it to head west towards it, to get to it.
Yes. It's maybe west. Doesn't mean I can't get advantage on something.
Ooh, double 19s.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Odd.
Very
Oh,
shit.
Not that nice. Sometimes very good, sometimes very shit.
What is with that? For the final, let's see if we get another 19. Oh well, my job is done. Check. Yeah, that's about it. What I can calculate.
Yeah, you see as you like slice into her, she reaches a hand. Like, she's trying to stop you, but you're just overwhelmed by these attacks as Thalgrim comes in.
And maybe hits.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
Maybe hits again. Oh!
Oh, it does.
Oh!
Oh, she's also down. Nice.
Holy shit.
I don't think I have a bonus action, unfortunately. Which I would like to keep beating the shit out of her. Yeah. That's with
So
Target's turn. He will cling against the armor first, but then he finds the weak spot and just embeds the X as hard as he can into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he will drive that axe like through you. This, she should be dead with the damage you have just inflicted. As you can see, she's like split like down the collarbone, and her body is desperately trying to fix itself, but she just like in this sort of half conscious daze that she's now looking at you, looking at you with. She goes, "In your little village, you will all suffer for this."
Yep, yep. And Yonder is making its another 3 attacks. Yeah. Ooh, that hits.
Just hits.
Second attack. Hits.
Oh.
Yes, well, that's it. Oh!
Oh, holy shit.
That actually brings her to exactly 0. So that's a that's a knockout blow.
Okay.
We didn't
yeah, and
expect to
with
get this far.
yeah. Runner's like, yeah, all right, time to get out here. Like I hear a bunch of I hear reinforcements coming. I don't want to deal with them. Unless she has some valuable loot on her, you can grab whatever she has on her. Like
I mean,
right
it
now, her
was-
body's still there. Like she's unconscious or something.
Yeah, she's just been knocked unconscious. So her body is still 100% there, but Bulgrim might want to finish her off. So are you gonna move anyway at the end of your turn?
Yeah.
DM
Yeah,
can
because
I?
right
Oh,
now
yeah, sorry.
he's gonna move a bit, like just try and get out of like hearing about the west. And wait, specifically, where does Frolder
I just
hear
said
the?
west. I didn't know where it was. I just know it's to the west. I told
Yeah,
her
I
west.
know what I'm at. What I was about to ask is like, so where does Frolder hear like the howling of gnolls and the one coming from the north?
From every direction. It's echoing through the tunnels. So it's hard
Okay.
to place. But
Okay.
yeah,
Like
they
Dalgren said
probably
something about teleportation, so he's thinking going this way. So 20, 25. Oh, he's colliding something. 25, 30. Yeah, he's there. Right now he's, I guess, still in this strange darkness, but yeah. That should be his turn.
Can I DM as a reaction toss my quarterstaff to Bogrim and tell him to stab her through the heart?
yeah, absolutely. So I was just it looked like Rolder was dead for a second. It was the storm prey was standing up.
Yeah, well, I toss my quarterstaff to Bogrim through the heart to make sure.
All right.
All right. You do get this stuff. Well, this
Maybe you want to sharpen the edge a bit
Well,
for
that's
easier entry.
Yeah. Huh.
for
Maybe
easier,
as a bonus
make
action.
into stake. Yeah, so bonus action is going to be using my battle axe to try and sharpen this core stuff a bit. And then I'm just going to use the battle axe as a stand-in. And then I'm going to try and pierce her through the heart.
Come on, that way, just for fun. Oh, no, but still hits.
it might auto crit actually because she's unconscious.
Oh, it auto
Oh,
crits?
yeah.
Okay. Then let me change that to a critical.
So just
There you go.
I'm just double checking. Yeah. Also, that it is a crit. You are able to, as she's on the ground, you drive that straight through her heart, and she will begin to like burn away from the impact of that. But you will see her once again like turning to a sort of mist that just starts to fill the room, and you hear the screams coming from within that. When
I wonder if that act of killing her weakened her a bit.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, that probably did her in for. Oh shit! I don't know what I just. Oh, it just made it disappear.
So she just
Like-
disappeared essentially, like evaporated or something.
She became mist.
Yeah, she just got Thanos snapped as you stabbed her in the heart, like completely disintegrated.
Unless Carmilla left anything else here, loot-wise, we should probably leave.
And move. If we're out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
combat.
No, I'm asking Carmilla if she left anything.
No.
That's good
That
to hear.
was. Why do you not believe that cough?
You hear the feet and like laughing off those knolls.
I do suppose we should get out of here though.
To say here, I'm pretty sure the werewolf went in this direction. I'm not sure. We're here for. Okay,
You can make a perception check as you round that corner, as you told
Yep.
him to break everything he could on the way out. So you
Yeah.
will have a trail of destruction.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, you see he did not dare to go into that room, but you do, as you look down that way, you can see that there are several like ritualistic bowls with blood in them, and it looks like this is got something to do with vampire stuff. I don't think Felgren would have any idea, but you can see quite clearly claw marks on the walls and just destroyed like any tapestries or anything on the walls have just been ripped to shreds, heading down from where you are.
Okay. Start heading down.
Okay. Okay. So he cast some mayhem there, I assume.
Yeah, you as you round the corner, you will see the werewolf still in here, and he is standing in a very small room that has got a, this eerie purplish glow coming from it, but you can see that there is a almost like a cube that is suspended in the middle of the room, and he is looking at it like he's trying to figure out how to use this magic item as he just kind of looks stressed and confused, and as you walk into the room, he is taken by surprise and kind of backs off into the corner. Ah, ah, I couldn't figure it out. I don't believe you're alive. You know how to use this thing?
Well, I think that the druids did something similar, but they're familiar with vampiric magic.
Very magic. You vamp woman, do you know?
It's a long story. You would rather not talk about it. Can I make a check to see if I can try to figure out something?
Yeah, it'll be an Arcana check on this.
Makes sense. Yeah, Arcana. It's very, very good.
Oh, so close. I saw that net 20.
13.
Okay, yeah, with the 13, you don't know what this thing is, but you do recognize that there are some arcane sigils on the sides of it, and you can tell that by pressing on one of these sigils on one of the sides of this cube, it is going to probably open a doorway. Where those doorways will lead, you have no idea, but you can see there are 6 options.
No, I'll just ask the werewolf. Do the symbols mean anything to you? I know that probably pressing one of them will teleport us in a direction. But if you can make sense out of it, or maybe one of the others, Carmilla, twins. Yeah, that will probably help. Fairly quickly before we're overwhelmed.
Werewolf goes, I don't know anything about this shit, man. But
Worth a
Carmilla,
shot.
you might be the best bet here. If anyone else wants to go in there and make an Arcana check, you can do so.
Let's see if my Unga Bunga Bulgrim brain can
Yeah.
Channel
figure
your
it
inner Mikil.
out. Well, shit.
Yeah, outside, Mikkel and Crimea are the best at like Arcana. Just
Yeah.
You just see Bulgrim like putting like his fingers up to his temples, like, and then just his brain explodes.
Yeah.
oh, no.
Carmilla. Your last hits.
Yeah, so Bulgrim's having a nosebleed.
The only one here with probably a positive intelligence score.
Actually, Carmilla, this is vampiric magic. You would have an advantage on this check, but still an Arcana. This
I'll use my inspiration. So you
I
can
mean, you
reroll
really
it.
don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can if you want, but you're probably going to use it on. So the
I'll use.
information on this, you can quite clearly tell that this can open 6 different doorways. You can tell that with a 14 Carmilla, the only extra detail that you're able to pick up is that each of the symbols is in a different language. Like they seem like they are from like they are different sets of symbols. You see some look maybe infernal, some look maybe draconic, some look a little bit fey. But none of them are actual words that you can read. It's just arcane sigil.
Not why not? I'm gonna make one for shoulder, even if no modifier. Why not? Oh, not one. So he just doesn't
no
know.
clue.
It's like,
Brain literally explodes.
Yeah. With that, as he's trying to figure it out, he turns to his side and tries to ask help from the gnoll who's just walked into the room next to him.
oh, really?
As you kind of turn and shrug to him and then notice who's there. Oh shit! I sent him into. But the gnoll sees you and is going to make an attack.
Right. I can imagine rage like wore off at this point, right?
No, you'd still have in this moment.
okay.
You guys just run over here. But yeah, he managed to catch the shield here, and you notice that the reinforcements are here. They're right around the corner. It's probably not much time to actually figure out what these sigils mean.
Does
I like
Carmilla?
how there goes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I heard
Yeah.
her saying, "Oh, you got this. I can make decisions now." It's like carrying it.
Want to ask if Carmilla does anything or Thorgrim will.
Fulgrim will do stuff.
Thorgrim will what? Do stuff.
Yes, he will do stuff.
Then I assume that the inn is somewhere northeast, and I press the most northeastern symbol.
Okay, roll a d6 for me, please.
Oh, 6. I hope high number's good.
I think I would not count on it.
Well, that's me liking high numbers.
The number of the beast. Okay, and then I will ask you as you press that, and you will activate this item as the entire room starts to swirl and starts transporting all of you in it. As Rolder, you're almost getting left behind, but you'll be able to dive in last second.
Yep. Okay, good.
I will ask, are you going to try and hold on to the artifact as you go, or are you just letting it take you and letting go? You have an opportunity to bring it with you as well.
Yeah, I assume it's like what's operating the teleport, and if I can stop it, yeah, I'll try to grab it with me.
Yeah. So they will not be able to follow behind you immediately as you grab it and go, but let me add the item that you are actually taking. If I can find it.
A dirty bomb. Wow.
I mean,
Depends on the magic user.
put it on your sheet.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Let me just make sure that's right. Sorry, this is not expecting that. Of course, I was expecting it, but the one map I didn't end up.
Like, you weren't expecting we were gonna take down Vespera so quick.
I just was, there's been a lot of shit to prepare, and you got to pick your battles, and I picked the wrong ones. So give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something I often hear from DM.
We appear in front of Ekron, and boom. And Jerry is there as well for some reason. Because why not?
Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what. Can Carmela, can you please roll a d20 for me? Just straight d. And
Ooh. Ooh, okay, nice.
14.
okay. So as this arcane gate opens, you will see that you are all taken from where you are and thrust into what looks like quite a lavish like dining chamber where there is this it looks very kind of thick, but you can tell that there is still a storm going on outside, and it seems like you have teleported into you're still in the same city. You've managed to teleport to the vampire's lair.
Ooh. Oh wait, the vampire's there. Oh. I hope there's no enemies here. I don't know. Hopefully we can wreck some shit while we're here. So the nightshade hold, I assume.
Yeah, you are at Nightshade Hold, trying to move everything. You appear in the dining chamber of Nightshade Hold. We're not going to go to that map right now because I doubt you're going to be trying to fight anything that is in here. But as you arrive, you know that it is nighttime outside, and if there were any vampires in this room, they are probably outside and hunting right now, or at least you hope that they are. As
Yeah, the alarm was raised, so
yeah, but it was raised at Nightfall Bastion, so they don't know where you've gone. And Thalgrim, you were holding this cube in your hand. As I'm not even going to bother with the map because I didn't prepare it all, but I'm sure you guys will come back here at some point if you really need to. But you're in the vampire's house, and what are you guys going to do? As you've just been dropped in the dining room.
We're safe. Fulgrim tells the party.
Your Spidey sense.
oh, it's
We should probably find our way out before anyone notices. Anyone knows where we can lay low here? I assume they will be looking around for us everywhere. I'll look at the twins. They are somewhat local.
What we know about the secret entrance to the, actually, I suppose, yeah, what we know about the secret entrance to the fort or hold. But no,
I'm not sure which secret entrance you're referring to. If you mean the big stained glass windows, then yeah, it looks like the
Yeah.
quickest exit to this room.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Bastion, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you don't know. All you know about this place, the twins would know that this is where the vampires camp. Basically, there's like the Knolls stay at the guardhouse, the Leonins stay in their little war camp, and this is where all the shadow dancers and the vampires go. So you know that you're in the one side of the town that you've probably tried very hard not to venture, and you can all give me a perception check to see if you see any vampires nearby. But as I said, there are big stained glass windows, and it is just a gothic sort of cathedral building.
oh, nice. The twins got some high rolls.
Yeah, so the twins would know their way around the town enough that they would probably be able to lead you to the tavern where you were going to meet with the others. So you know if you can get out of this building, the twins can probably lead you to the tavern without too much issue, unless you run into a guard on the road. You'd be able to get them there. So you've got an understanding of what this map looks like from those rolls, and all of you can tell that there are no vampires in the room with you. Seems like the coast is clear for now.
All right.
Should probably find it. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm not sure if jumping through the glass is a good idea. Perhaps there is a door we can use.
There's a big
Sure.
front door. It's a normal building.
Well, we get out. We try not to attract attention, and make our way to the tavern. How does that sound?
Why not?
Gonna need some stealth checks from everyone. Is
Ooh.
is Kamala doing anything to help
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
stealth?
yeah.
That's her specialty.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she does. She lifts her hands and pulls the shadows around the party.
Nice.
You will feel as you draw on those shadows. There's something about being in this place that you find it almost easier. Like there's as if you're somewhat more powerful standing in this space. It seems like a nice place. The rest of you, like the hairs on the back of your neck, are standing. There's something so evil about the building you are in, like vampire's nest here. But Kamala feels strangely homely. But with that, everyone will get their +10 to stealth checks.
Sweet. Oh. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Let me just do that.
Oh, that.
Accidentally rolled an 8.
I accidentally wrote -10 instead of +10. Yeah.
Yeah. Fulcrum starts shouting. It's like, no, it makes us look invisible. Make you quiet. Yeah, ironically, Kamala with the lowest, but definitely enough as the group will encounter no resistance. You will see one of the shadow dancers walking along the road, but you guys are easily able to duck between the buildings, and you will see that there are more patrols that are heading into the market. So as you approach the tavern, you can see there's like a back door to the tavern, but I'll put you guys down on the map, and you can decide how you actually enter it. But you can see that the tavern there is some lively sounds coming from inside, and yeah, Trimia and Mikil, you guys will have control of yourselves again. Take over the twins again. Fix the
Alright.
music. You can assume that the twins are with you there, but I've put Thelgren and Kamala down, so um, but you guys, it is pouring with rain. Trimia and Mikil, I believe you guys were just discussing like getting some rest. I don't actually remember
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
what is
like
the conversation.
basically, yeah, trying to get out of here while we can, if possible.
Yeah, you have sent off some messages while you've been here, so Bradovic has been notified, but I think that was the only mechanically the only thing that you have managed to do over this time.
Then what should we do now? What should we do now? Try me in.
Well, right now these vampires are aware of us in some capacity. We did see that tabaxi we slain earlier. So if we stick around, they might find us if we stick around.
Guess that is true, yeah. Well, what do you reckon? What's your idea?
So
Just
far,
run. That seems pretty stupid. But you're right. Probably can't stay here.
And the other two that are with you, Kara will say, we might be able to keep you hidden, but they are capable hunters. You're probably best making a run for it while you still can. They probably have some horses here in the stables. Maybe we could join you or create a distraction.
Yeah, while we're walking, me and Carmel, I'll raise what's it called?
Paul?
The pennant I have to cover like my face, and like put the cloak and everything on me, and to cover myself, and just extend it a bit and move close to Carmela to like try to hide her. As I just try to make myself look big enough as just one random person walking to the tavern.
Yeah, between the two of you and with the sort of help of the Pass Without a Trace, giving this kind of dark energy, the two of you easily blend in as like one of the Shadow Claws and one of these vampires. So honestly, it just looks like the twins are your kind of thralls. No one is paying you any attention.
That's good. So I interrupted the instant conversation.
And I mean, while they are having this conversation, you guys are arriving outside. So as they are debating how they're going to make their escape, how do you guys make your entrance?
As nonchalantly and quiet as possible.
Easy enough. This tavern is bustling, and it seems like this is the place people come when they don't want people looking too closely into their business. Seems the seedier tavern in town, but yeah, no one looks at you twice as you make your way inside, and you will notice that the others, or at least Bogrum and Rolder, will notice their allies on the other side of the room, as you two notice your.
I'll walk up to this table and take a seat in the empty chair here and say, "Fancy meeting you here." Keeping my
Yes.
voice down.
Oh, Trimir is yeah, he is wide-eyed and shocked, and and he was a little surprised at seeing Carmilla because last he heard, he sent a sending message, and Carmilla was sending like a threat. It was like, oh, what the?
You see the twins reuniting with their allies, and as Kara is likewise just saying, they're muttering amongst themselves. She thought they were dead. But Pamela, you are broken free of that spell completely. I mean, of the sort of charm. You do remember everything that was happening.
You been thinking of a plan or just sitting here drinking?
Well, we were trying to talk of escape, but oh my gosh, you guys are here! Wow. what happened? I tried sending Carmel a sending message, but I just got a threat. What happened?
The vampire sorcerer, whatever she was, charmed her. So I had to lock some
Oh,
sense into her again.
oh, seriously? Oh man, it's very ironic. Carmel's a vampire, yet other vampires are charming her. Man, you know what? Note to self: next time I should cast that protection from evil and good spell on Carmilla and you, Dahlgren, just in case if they try to charm you too.
My own way of avoiding it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, how did you plan on leaving? There are hunting parties all around. Leaving through the north or west is probably a bad idea, either east or south. You sent some
Well,
spoiled meat, right? Where they are
uh,
east, maybe you can sneak through there.
oh yeah, that's true. Mm. Mm. It's perhaps it's still causing some issues for them, or maybe they're just recovering, but still,
Either
that's an
or.
idea. Uh,
Because if we can
like
sort of hide here until morning, maybe things calm down a bit. But we risk being found if we stay here.
yeah, agreed. That's what I was just telling everyone here. Like we were just, I mean, Kara had the idea of like going to the stables. They have some mounts there, or that's probably risky since it's in the west, though.
I also don't think it's
So
the quietest option.
I was suggesting making a run for it, but if you think we can sneak out, it's definitely the better way to go.
Can realize
yeah,
some shadow magic that help us get here. If it's still up, we should probably get moving now.
all right. Sounds like a plan.
I feel like we already know the answer, but are you
Much of a
the only
choice.
ones who made it out? Or we'll sort of ask you, Thogren, if you're the only ones who made it out.
We haven't seen Hild anywhere. So werewolf, but there wasn't Hild.
Oh yeah. Did the werewolf like just yeah, win our seventh race?
The other way.
He's causing damage in the mansion now. In the in the vampire's house.
Yeah, he's peeing on their rugs. But he's gone his separate ways, but maybe you'll see him again one day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he left. He left on his own when you were in the
Yeah,
moving
actually,
chamber. Okay.
I will say the vampire. I mean the werewolf would have run in the opposite direction. Like as soon as you got outside, he would abandon you. He'd kind of like give a nod to Thalgren of thanks, but he would not stick with you guys. You just pissed off all the vampires in town. He wants nothing to do with you right now. But you saw him um, run north, and I will say before he went, he would he would say, "I'm not going to let them do this to anyone else," and he would have rushed off into the rain. But it seems like he had a purpose in the direction he was headed.
Oh, okay.
He got his freedom back. Hopefully he'll use it for good. But yes, I suggest heading east. I want to say that I hope that the Leonin will be a bit preoccupied. And faster we leave, the better. Sorry about your prince, but I didn't see anything. They dragged me down there. Also Carmilla and the twins.
We'll pray for the gods to protect him. Right now, I suppose we should focus on not joining him. Are you all well enough to travel? As Yeah, Trime and Pomela are looking pretty bad.
Yep, the elves are like suffering the worst of it.
I mean, you blend in well. You look like the undead ones, but not. It's
Either way,
yeah,
it's
honestly,
all
like
you guys.
traveling near death is preferable than waiting for death. So yeah,
She will
I still
order
got
a round of. Sorry.
Oh,
Don't mean to
sorry,
keep
I was
talking.
just saying. Yeah, I still got some spells with you. Yeah, just go ahead. What was you guys saying?
She's going to order a round of drinks for everyone, and these will not be full healing potions, but they will each give you 1d4 plus 4 hit points as you just order some shots of mead. Just goes, take this. You'll need it to keep you warm.
Okay. All right. 1d4 plus 4 for all of us. Oh, I haven't done for Kermit, but yeah.
Yeah, that's for everyone who needs it. Oh, did Thalgrim not get hit? Oh yeah, his AC was like 22.
Oh yeah, and I need to use most of a hit die to restore hit points.
So he said BRB. Oh. Yeah, you guys could also take a short rest here, like if you wanted. But as you guys are saying, it's you're now it's nighttime, the town full of vampires, so probably not the greatest place to be if they're.
So
Pamela, you you did roll. What? So you got some hit points back, but I'm not seeing any of those rolls.
As you can see, I already knew it would be a 6.
Did you roll on D&D Beyond?
No, I already knew it would be a 6 because that is statistically the average.
anyway,
should we get going
yeah,
or
yeah, like don't want to stick around. Basically, Trimer's saying he does not want to take a short rest. He wants to go now.
Then you will still have the effects of the Pass Without a Trace. You guys want to try and make your exit?
All right. So we're heading east towards like basically past by the to wherever the Leon not where they're taking their feast. I imagine at this
not
point
necessarily passing there, just through their area?
oh
Yeah,
true,
you
true.
will have to pass by there if you are heading down the road. Or try to move your tokens. It's all freaked out, but that's fine.
Yep. Like we're not in the map yet, but okay, now we're in the map.
Go to this map anyway. Yeah, so you can tell that over here is where that feast was happening, and over here is where all the Leonans sleep. So in between there, that's where this is like heavy Leonan territory, but they've all been drugged, and there's been revelry all night. So a lot of them are probably already drunkenly heading back to bed. You can see that the buildings you see immediately, there's the market across the street, and then there is another large manor that is kind of on a little bit of a hilltop here. That is where you know the Leonin commander lives. But you should have control of your tokens, so you can move the way you are trying to sneak through the town. And I will need another stealth check from everyone.
We use the road, or do we go behind everything?
What was that?
Are we following the road, or are we going to just go behind the building and just bolt through the fields?
Oh. Yeah, I would say the fields because I can imagine.
See, that's a tricky one because, like, at the same time, in the city, like they have patrol and shit, but the fields, like, when we went into the city, were the fields harvested? Like, could we see that? Are the fields left to fallow right now, or are they?
No, it is like late autumn, so I'm trying to think if they would have been harvested. But you know that where the meteor landed, all of those fields had been burnt, so there's it's like very clear visibility. But I'm going to say on the side there's definitely a lot of long grass here. Like this whole area is grassland. So even where there aren't fields, the grass can get long enough for the Leonin to kind of prowl through. But I'll say these fields, there are some wheat fields that are actually tall enough to hide you if you're running through it. But yeah, running through rows of like wheat fields, uh, yeah, could provide some
Can leave
cover.
a trail.
But also you could very quickly lose each other, and if you run into a vampire in there, they'd be able to separate you very quickly.
Oh, yeah. So
I say with
perhaps
the magic we have, we can. I think we'll be fine on the road.
You also
Yeah.
know that to the east, you know that's where that would be heading towards the Philitrica, where there's a lot of battle happening between those two factions in that direction. To the south, you know that's where the meteor landed, and those were the roads you were traveling on before. You broke off and went around. So if you go to the west, you'd be able to head to where the sort of camp where you met with the wolves.
It's a good start. Let's
Yeah.
first head southeast and with the road and try to leave without being spotted, and then go around.
Yeah. Yeah. Head south and then go around back to the camp.
Okay. Before you make your way down the road, are there any spells or anything that you might be casting to prepare? I know that Crimea, you've usually got some things that you like to have up, but are you casting anything?
Uh. Eh,
This is the
Right now,
one
he doesn't
time
really have any.
those-
Yeah,
this is
he
the
doesn't
one
really have
time
any
that one
spells.
of those spells might come in handy. I'll say you can make an Arcana check just because to maybe remind you of something.
Oh, okay. Adam 9. Wait, hold on. Let me see. There's counter spell, dispel magic. Oh, invisibility. Oh, invisibility. Right. Yeah. He'll. No, yeah. He'll cast it on. He'll cast it on both Mikkel, because he has trouble, and Mikkel and Dahlgren. He'll cast it on both of them.
Are you casting sorry, invisibility or see invisibility.
Uh, right now, I don't have the spell slots for see invisibility. I can only cast invisibility. I have one third level spell left.
You can use the higher level spells for lower level. I mean, high level spell slots for lower level spells. But yeah, I mean,
True, true. You know what? Yeah, he'll cast yes, yeah, see invisibility on himself, like to make sure you're not getting followed or snuck up on.
yeah, with the pass without a trace, you probably already. I mean, invisibility would give you advantage, but the pass without a trace is already doing pretty well so far. And the storm is also helping you guys here in terms of the stealth. You actually blend in well enough that they may be looking for you, but you're not immediately obvious. So we can make those stealth checks. Yeah, unless anyone else has got any spells they want to cast preemptively. Trymere, you will have see invisibility up.
Not really. Let's see. Yeah, why not? I'll use my last maneuver. And where is his ability?
Oh.
Use the and activate the snout to make sure. Just in case.
All right then, time to make our stealth check rolls with +10. Not bad.
Okay, so Thalgren, you can also give me a perception check as you're going.
Yep.
As that may come
okay.
into play. Yeah, stealth checks from everyone with the pass without a trace.
Well, natural 20 on perception.
Okay, yeah, pretty good stealth checks as well. You guys will be able to make your way past the manor. We'll see you get to about here as you arrive in front of the longhouse. Thalgren, you will be able to sniff them out. But you don't see them as Trymere. You see a bunch of the Leonin that are passed out. You're not sure if they're drunk or they've been knocked out in the brawls that ensued from all the drugged up madness that has happened here in the last few hours. But you can tell that there are a bunch of unconscious Leonin like lying in the road in front of you that you can't. If you couldn't see them, you would very easily stand on them. And Mikil and Camilla, you do not see them, but you can make perception checks as well to see if you notice anything, but you'll have disadvantage.
Okay. Ah, damn.
Oh damn.
Oh well, doesn't really matter. It'd still be the 20.
Okay, yeah. So Carmela, you you definitely sniff them out as well as you can smell the dragon blood on them. That they yeah. So Thalgren, Carmela, you can both smell where there's Leonin are. Trymere, you can see them clearly, and you have to hope that you don't step on one.
Yep,
But what are you guys doing as you see this stretching in front of you? You can hear there are still some Leonin in the longhouse, but there is a road in front of you with a bunch of sleeping lions on it.
I grab Mikhail by the collar and move him away as he's maybe about to step on one of them.
Yeah.
Seems like your drugged meat worked.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They are unconscious and invisible, so stay close and make sure you don't step on anything. If you can see them clearly, try and lead the way. If not, I'll smell them.
Yeah, I see them.
If you're going to make your way through them, you can make one more stealth check. There will be no penalties on this, because you can see the danger. And then also, which way are you going on this road? Are you continuing directly south?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, still check. Yeah. That's 10.
And Camilla?
Coming.
Okay, nice. The elves bringing up the average this time as you you make your way tiptoeing around these sleeping Leon, and you sneak your way through and past the Leonin barracks as you start to see the exit to the town, and that road leading to where you fought the dragon. But as you are making your way out onto that road, also you actually get a little bit wait. You are just getting out of the city. You will see a figure standing in like walking into the middle of the road, that seems to be reading a book, and is wearing a hooded cloak that, that they seem to be kind of sheltering from the rain, but they just wandered out of the burnt section of the field. And yeah, they will definitely see you if you start making your way towards them. But it's just one figure on there.
Yeah. Not taking a chance with that. Yeah, I imagine we momentarily head west off the road.
We'll probably just follow the road and camp somewhere else, a bit further out.
Yeah.
Those were two conflicting ideas. The the issue is that there's a guy standing on the road in front of you.
Oh, we thought he's like to the left here.
No, he just walked out of that area
Oh.
onto the road. He's kind of just you haven't seen his face. He's just got the hood up and seems to be like maybe lost, or you're not sure he's reading a book. Want to get a closer look, you can give it perception. But I mean, you've got a little group together here, the whole party, especially with the wolves that are with you.
I-
So
Yeah. I wonder, can I make a insight check to see, like, kind of like reading his body language? Like, is he? Because you mentioned it looks like he's lost. Like, what? Hold on. Let me insight that.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so decent 13. I don't know if that's enough, but
Yeah, you don't know what this guy could be doing out here, but you can tell with the 13 that the book he is reading is a spell book,
okay. So
like
now
some
he's a
sort of.
spellcaster.
It looks like a wizard's spell book that he's looking at. It's clearly an arcane tome.
Unusual.
Just quickly get into formation, like in pairs in the line. Maybe it looks like we
Okay.
are heading out on a patrol.
Okay, all right. I agree with that. Plan.
Okay. Then who is going to lead this pack? You'll be able to make a deception check to try and act like a little patrol here. But if anyone wants to, if anyone wants to assist with that, you can tell me what you're doing, and you can also make a roll and potentially add a +1 to that.
Okay, yeah. Trimer can lead. Can be like someone leading.
Thought would just say,
Anyone have
"Come on."
ideas?
Thought would just say, "Come on, we don't have time to waste." Those people could be away from here. The more time we linger, we have to hurry up. Find the people
Alright,
that
let's go.
broke into the bastion.
Okay, you can also give me a deception or performance for that, Belgrim.
Yeah. Let me open it up.
This is to help Trymere on his deception. So Trymere, you can make that deception, and we'll see. Maybe you'll need these buttons.
At 12.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit like Talgrid's overacting a little bit. It's like, oh no,
So
how
any
terrible
bonuses
about
enough.
that bastion. Yeah. Meanwhile, some of you are bleeding profusely.
Okay, I'll
Anyone
make a
else?
deception. Oh crap!
Anyone? Okay, yeah, so Trim is definitely going to need the help. Thalgren has not managed to help much here. But what about the others? You got any ways that you might be able to make this more convincing?
Mikael, what do you say?
Oh,
Mikkel's gonna he's wearing a coat, so Mikkel's gonna try and his lantern is still in the laser pointer version, so he's gonna point it off to a field, like point over, like
What's that?
it's like just flicker it, try and make it seem ominous. Not sure if that would be like a performance.
Well, that
Yeah.
your deception check that you rolled there will be
Okay, yeah, that works.
will be that check,
Yeah,
which
so
I will say is a minor success, as it will. The the figure standing on the road will notice that as you kind of illuminate it, and you'll see the hood move as it kind of will look in the direction of the light, but that'll give you a +1 to that score. Try me out right now. It's only drawing his attention as you've got an 11, but
yeah,
Kamala, is there anything you can add to that? You may be able to make this work.
yeah.
Of course
Yeah, I
there
think I would
is.
say. Oh, what? Wait, you have something, Mikael?
Oh, I'm just looking at the eyes and saying, my friend,
Yeah.
remember
Okay.
us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Trimer's just
time.
saying it in
You're my
character.
best. You're a good friend. You remember we were on our way. Bother us.
Uh,
You're gonna attempt to charm this creature. I'll say you can make the check with advantage. I won't tell you whether or not the charm has actually worked, but make the check a charisma check. I guess a persuasion or performance, or yeah, or deception. Actually, any of the charisma checks will probably work here, but you'll have advantage from charm person.
Dance magic dance.
Okay. With the 22, that's going to give a +2 to Trimir's check, or +1 if the creature didn't succeed. But I mean, if they succeeded, they're safe. So Trimir, that is going to be a 14 total for you there. What does a 14 look like as you lead the group and Camilla's talking to them? Thalgren's trying to convince them that you guys are a patrol, and I have forgotten.
The beam of
Uh,
light.
Yes,
Yeah.
because shining the light in the fields to distract it.
Yeah. Yeah. I assume Timer saying, all right, let's get a move on. And like after what Dalgan was trying to say, and seeing that figure on the road saying like, identify yourself. I guess that this he's like this deception is like basically high enough to make them not look suspicious, but it's low enough that basically we entered a conversation with him, even though we don't want to. But yeah, that's essentially the result of a 14. Like we
Okay,
kind
yeah,
of
so
didn't want to interact with anyone, but we're in this situation now.
yeah, so with Carmilla kind of trying to sweet talk him, and we'll say Mikhail that you kind of swing the light into his face here as Trymere tries to get this person's identification, like making it look like they're the ones that shouldn't be out here. Try and gaslight him a little. The figure will turn to you as you're all about to speak to it, and Mikhail's light illuminates his face, and you will see a mass of tentacles coming out of the hood as the creature looks to you and lifts a hand almost like it is waving, and you will all hear its voice in your mind as it just says, hello there. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb. And you will see what looks like a mind flayer standing in front of you.
Oh. Wait, can Timer make a history check on like what he knows about
Yeah.
mind players? Like, see if he knows.
Yeah, you will have disadvantage as this is an
Unknown anomaly.
front.
Oh crap! Dang it! Not 20 and not one.
Yeah, I will say if someone else can roll, you might be able to help Trymere and um,
Out
turn
of an
that
natural
advantage.
one.
Actually, two of you
Yeah,
would need
my
to succeed in order to give him that nat 20, because the one was fair.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what he is by the smell. Why not? If the smell is familiar.
I'll say you can make a nature check, but with advantage from your
Oh.
feature.
I'll just roll again because it's the same modifier. I think. Oh no, it's a bit higher. It would have been. I'll just roll normally again and choose the higher one.
Yeah,
So it would be a
that will
16.
work.
Wait, no, no, it would be a 17. Sorry.
Okay, I'll say that's enough to help try me on this check. Is anyone else proficient in history or arcana? You might be able to.
I was gonna ask if I could try and see his like his aura,
dialect
like his
he was
arcanic
using, like
aura.
speaking your mind.
I guess that is true. Like, surely he's exuding some form of arcana when he did that.
Yeah, you can try and make an Arcana check.
Oof, 15.
The book he is holding is definitely magical. That is definitely a spell book that he's holding. But what just happened in your head was not magic. There was something that was just like your minds melded for a second, and you would recognize with the 15 that that was a psionic effect. But what that actually is, Trymere would be able to tell you, because that turns Trimere's check into a nat 20, which means you not only recognize what a mind flayer is, but you've been around here long enough, you've probably encountered them before. Actually, at this
Ooh.
time of year and where you are, you recognize this creature as a mind flayer. You wouldn't know what an Alhun is, which is what this creature is, but
A what?
you see that this,
A Al.
yeah, so this is a mind flayer that is holding a spell, which is not normal. But with a nat 20, you realize that this creature probably crawled off of the meteorite that fell. These creatures come from space. This is an alien standing in front of you, and probably has nothing to do with the Shadow Claws. As you're like asking him to identify himself, he doesn't seem threatened at all. He's just like, "Oh, hello, sorry, a bit lost."
Oh. Oh. I recognize you came from that falling ball of fire. Do you need some help? Would you like to follow us?
Oh yes,
It's
thank you. That
proper
would be
house.
lovely.
Or
The last
at
fellows that I saw seemed a little uh, nasty, if I'm honest. Would you mind if I joined your party? And he kind of looks at all of you with these tentacles curling up at the edges, like somehow you can tell he's trying to force a smile.
yes. Try will say, well, as long as you mean us no harm, yes.
I I come in peace. I assure you. Yes, let's get out of this weather. And the the creature will flick its hand in the air, and there will be an invisible dome of force that kind of appears over you all, like some kind of psionic umbrella. You will notice that there are some arcane sigils weaved into it. It seems like he's combining psionic and arcane magic. But
Yeah.
only wanted
Yeah,
to
and
take
I
it
imagine
briefly,
this
but,
is.
you know,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
no, it's just Trymere would recognize that this is only half magic that he's using. The rest is some weird kind of alien effect.
Yeah, because to Trymere, like basically a arcane like wall of force essentially. Usually it's immovable, but the fact that it's moving is surprising to him.
That's that's exactly what he's doing actually. Is yeah, he will quite happily just join you, like he's hitchhiking with the group now. Is
Okay.
anyone else uh, reacting? As you can tell, the town behind you is like on high alert, and you probably don't have much time to get out of here. But now there's an alien with you. This,
Thorgrim is more than a few questions, but he would rather get out of here first.
Yeah.
so then you lead the rest of the party down the road, um, with the new guy in tow. Yeah, everyone's giving him some funny looks, but he seems friendly enough. You
Okay.
make your way out of Rafford to the relative safety of the surrounding areas. You know that this place is still crawling with shadow claws, but you will be able to make it back to a campsite nearby, uh, where you had kind of had your hidden meeting with the wolves.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, I imagine we're still somewhat close. Could be true. Still try. Oh wait, no. I imagine it's gonna take a while if we're gonna travel like one helix away from the Shadow Claw camp.
You could, if you want to try and get some more distance away from them.
Yeah,
We'll
like
just
try to move
take
at least
some
one
time.
helix away is enough.
So which hex do you want to go into? Are you heading west or sort of southwest?
Or southwest. What do you guys think? Or vote on?
I vote west. It's in the direction of the
Depending
tribe,
on
although
which
it's
way.
not doesn't really matter. Uh,
Yeah, let's go west.
Okay, west it is. Okay.
So yeah, it is. We'll say it is about 11 at night by the time you get there, but you can see that the torches uh, from the city are beyond your vision now. You are out of range of any of those towers and those crows that would be watching after you, and you finally find a moment of peace here as you are able to set up camp in the grasslands.
All right. And as we're setting up camp, Trimer is gonna use that magical tent that he had found. He found two of them, the tent of warning. So I can fetch a tent, seek a command word, and time though whenever a small or larger creature comes within 100 feet of the tent. And I can designate which creatures that won't set off the alarm.
So I assume you're applying that effect to everyone in the current
Ah,
party.
yes, everyone. Yeah, everyone in the current party. Anyone who is not who's not a Shadow Claw or no, at this point, yeah, anyone at the party. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, very nice. So you'll see the sort of pulse coming out from the tent as it spreads over the long grass here, and you have an actual border to your campsite.
yeah, I'll just say, well, get some rest. I got first watch.
Alright, suppose I'll take second watch.
Is anyone volunteering for a third watch? Or dividing by two? I mean, it is pretty late at night, so it'll probably be morning by the time you wake up, like bright and know that the nighttime is the most dangerous for the vampires to potentially sneak up on you. So until dawn, you will need to be on high alert.
That
Hey,
would be
try making it go,
Wendigo's.
third-
Yeah, until dawn. Roll those perception checks for the first two, but is anyone taking the third watch?
Oh yeah, try making it go take third watch. Since like elves have a long rest after 4 hours, so yeah, in case encounter something.
Okay, the actual level is Gorm. I believe it's the same. It will be a bit lower. It will be a 13 for Thalgren.
Okay. Yeah, Felgren, you see something moving outside the borders
Okay.
of the camp. You see a large figure moving through the long grass, but it seems to slowly move from like one side of the grassland that you can see it. It just walks past your camp, but you can't tell what it is. That the whole time you're watching, it's like you're just trying to figure out what the hell this creature could be. But it is this large hulking figure that it's just like a looks like a boulder moving in the shadows. You can't make out quite what it is. But Mikil, when you take over the watch, I'm sure Thelgrin might tell you about that, and you'll immediately be able to identify it as an, a kind of dinosaur. It is an ankylosaurus that you can identify just by the shape of the ridges on its back. Show you what these look like.
Holy
Ooh.
shit, an Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, I guess out of character, man. I feel like we're in like we're the world of the cartoon series Primal. Do you guys know that cartoon Primal?
Yes, we have watched it. I thought.
Cancelated.
Well, Bazir is actually very much like Primal inspired. They're like a border of Mordia and Bazir. Like the first people to arrive in Mordia were very much those kinds of like. Uh,
Yeah.
if you go to Bazir, you can still find like T-Rexes and tar pits and cavemen like in Primal. So yeah, you are quite far away from that, but there are still the like some of those animals, like we've got mammoths around here, and there are certain kinds of dinosaur that are still very much alive. There was this is what you identify the creature that Thalgren spent the last few hours trying to identify as.
All
So,
right. Can I do a history check to see if my character would know that they are in fact herbivores? I wouldn't do anything to us.
yeah, you can make a history or a nature check, I would say.
They are very good for harvesting metal, so maybe.
Oh shit.
Alright, sound the alarms. This shit is dangerous as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing you can just tell if it walks this way, it's going to trample the camp easily. You know, the one thing about it that, like, you don't know what they eat, but you know that they've got a big ass hammer on the tail, and that's bad news for anything near it.
Shit. Okay, so Miko's not going to be doing anything but staring that down the entire night.
Actually, with the nat 1, um, during your watch, you will see it turn and start moving towards you as it is slowly lumbering towards camp.
Who was next in line?
Crimea. And you know he's got that border set up, so it should set off the alarm if it gets too close.
Okay, so Mikkel's gonna be sat on this little log, clamoring his sword, even like having a stronger grip, even. Ready for anything?
I don't know what happened to try me.
Wi-Fi issues, he says.
Oh, okay. Well, his the camp is going to be triggered here as it does make its way and just into the border, and you see it coming closer and closer, Mikil, as it's just trampling down the long grass as it makes its way towards you, and it seems like it's coming over to investigate. But you see that tail swinging in the air above it.
Mikkel is putting on his helmet.
I came back.
He's getting ready to
And
charge
then
that thing.
your tent starts like there's wind chimes on it that start sounding the alarm as something has entered the camp, like just before your rest is supposed to start. Everyone would hear the wind chimes. It alerts everyone.
Driver. Falcon will shoot awake and grab his axe and get out of the tent.
Someone
Green.
smarter than me tell me what the fuck this creature wants from us. Mikkel is just shaking in his boots.
Uh,
It is at this point walking into camp now. Like it is getting close enough that all of you are very much aware there's a dinosaur in camp. Like it doesn't seem to be aggressive, but it is big enough that it is gonna knock down anything it brushes up again.
well, I don't know if it's a beast or not, but
Oh yeah, secret animals.
yeah.
It is indeed a beast. No, it doesn't actually say on its sheet, but yeah, most of the dinosaurs are beasts. Yeah, so what are you gonna say to it as you guys speak with animal?
Yeah, excuse me, big guy. You're almost running over our tents.
What are you? Well, one of the lions, yes?
I I am a lion, yeah. Leonin, yes.
Have any food? I smell food. And you can see it's like making its way in. It seems like it's making its way towards your packs. It's probably sniffing out any rations you have.
Can I make a check to figure out what that is now that I can see it?
Yeah, you can make a nature check. I'll say you've got advantage, especially you may have had an interaction with Mikil in like when you passed over watch. Actually pointed it out to you.
16.
Yeah, you know what this thing is. As a matter of fact, you've probably encountered them before in these forests, or like in these grasslands, and it is not uncommon for the druids of the verdant main to deal with these beasts. Sometimes they use them as like beasts of burden, but yeah, that tail, they're more clumsy than anything.
I'll
But yeah,
say,
you know
yeah,
that it's a herd. It's,
yeah. You are a creature that eats grass in the grassland. There is plenty of food for you, but yeah, I'll toss them some of my, like the vegetarian part of my rations. You worked for the. You went pretty far east.
I happily accept the rations and just say, oh, I'm so bored of regular grass. And all the blood drinkers try to bite me. And you see it kind of looks over its shoulder to the west as it says this, and then slams its tail on the ground. It goes, don't like them very much.
Well, once we get some rest, we are heading towards them to deal with them, and we are slowly gathering allies. We can stay around, but try not to ruin our tents. We had a long day.
All right, thank you, friend. I will leave you. It sort of slowly starts to turn and make its way a little bit away from your camp, but it won't leave completely. It'll just kind of go sit on the edge of the camp and then plop itself down, and it seems to take a rest there itself after eating some of the things you've given it.
I'll tell the party that the verdant. My tribe usually has some dealings with these creatures. They are very good beasts of burden, but he did say that there are vampires to the west, so we use this night's sleep as best as we can, and be ready. Destroying that teleportation thing, whatever it was, maybe will hold them back a bit. I'm not sure if we actually managed to kill the vampire or not. Seemed like we did. But it shouldn't take us too long to reach. Let's go back to sleep. He will not disturb us.
That the rest of your long rest will go by without too much issue. Trymere, you don't notice anything on your watch, but uh, the it's mostly that this dinosaur is just sitting there, almost like a guard dog. Seems to have
Got it.
made itself comfortable in your camp here. But what would probably be distracting for you is also that in the morning, that mind flare would be like sitting by your campfire, if you have a campfire or whatever you set up here. But he's just sitting there on a log, reading his spell book when you come to have your watch.
I imagine as Tyler's taking this long as he'll make some conversation with Mind Flayer saying, "Do you have a name, stranger?"
None that your tongue could pronounce. You are welcome to give me one, if you would like.
Hmm.
Give it some thought.
How
A
about-
name is an important thing.
How about Theodore?
Theodore. I like that. Yes, I am Theodore. Well met. And you are?
I am called Trymere.
Timing. Wonderful. You have a smell of the arcane about you, Trymere. Are you familiar with the magic of the weave?
Yes, I am. I guess you could say that I am. I could say my magic is more sorcerer's, a sense of feeling rather than, I guess, knowledge.
like-minded creature, then. My innate magic is also more difficult to comprehend, but your kind has such interesting techniques.
And you now recognize the book in his hand as that clearly is something you would be able to find in Arania. But where he found it in space, who knows?
Okay.
At this point, as they are sitting having their conversation, the long rest would conclude, and the rest of you would be waking up as they are sitting chatting.
All right. All right.
So as the rest of you are waking up, the Elhoon is turning to Triman. You see its tentacles curling again as it asks you,
So, in your world, are you allowed to practice magic? Or
Uh,
is that
yes.
why you are on the run?
Uh, and no, that's the case. You could say that we are in conflicting disputes with that city there.
I see. Where I come from, the arcane is outlawed, so I have come to see what your realm has to offer. Could I perhaps continue traveling with you? You are the only magical creature I have met so far.
I do not mind. Your
Wonderful.
yes, your company is a curious and interesting thing for me.
Likewise.
and you'll see again it trying to twist those tentacles into a smile.
Yeah.
Is anyone else joining this conversation or doing anything here in camp this
Yeah, I'll take a seat. I'll ask, well, no offense, but what are you?
Iron Theon.
as it kind of looks quite chuffed with itself.
I am what your kind has, I believe, called moon dwellers. We call ourselves illithid.
As it kind of clicks the sound in your mind that you you get this flash of what an illithid is, like this brief vision of like a vast colony of these creatures that you're not sure where this is, but it's horrifying to see how many of them there are.
Theodore the Illithid from the moon. Yeah, it's. I wasn't sure what to expect. you are here just to learn?
You,
It,
yeah, you can make an insight check, but he says,
Yes, I suppose. We have come to explore the arcade.
yes. Like, yeah, Trier will mention, like, yes, he has mentioned that where he comes from, it seems arcane knowledge is for is it illegal practice there, and here, and I did mention here in this realm, arcane receiving and studying arcane knowledge is, well, quite a common thing here, and not really illegal from where he comes from.
Well, I have a different question. The druids here can use the moon to change their shapes to animals. If you live on the moon, can you also do that?
As your friend said, the arcane is forbidden where I am from. This is not a skill my kind possess. However, we have listened in on your druidic rituals. Believe the gleaming is soon. We are to make contact with your kind in a matter of days.
and he kind of looks to the sky to where like at least one of the moons is visible. We actually,
So another meteor is going to crash down here.
Oh, I certainly hope not. That would mean I'm being chased. But that should not be a problem. Oh, your moon, uh, my homeworld, should be visible in the skies, but perhaps only when it is darker.
Yeah, that's usually how the moons work here.
you can make a history check with advantage for me, Dahlgren. As with that insight check, you definitely get the impression that there's something off about this creature. Like it's unsettling, but it, it is far too alien for you to be able to tell whether or not it is being genuine.
It's a creature with a
Oh, yeah.
tentacles for a face. It's unsettling for me. That tracks.
I mean, you've got a lion's face, so you know there's like what you find unsettling is intro, but this creature is definitely alien. And when he mentions the gleaming, yeah, as you mentioned, the druids use moon magic, and it's something that they care a lot about, but it's just, yeah, the moons are full sometimes. It's like there's moon festivals, there's all kinds of stuff with the moon. The the fact that he's from there is far more interesting to you right now. Anyone else that wants to make a history check, actually, you won't have advantage. It'll just be a straight check, but
Okay.
you can do when he mentions the gleaming.
All right. Right. History check. All right. Got my magical guidance in case I roll low. Okay. Where are you? Ah, here it is. History. Roll. Yeah, I'll take the roll. 15.
Okay. Does anyone else want to roll? Okay, yeah, much the same. I think everyone, other than Trymere, like Trymere seems to have accepted. He's heard of these mind flayers before enough that he's not in complete shock about the alien in your camp, and you are able to think straight enough to know that once a year in late autumn, Arania enters what is known as the Trifold Gleaming, which is a sacred and perilous celestial alignment where over 3 consecutive nights the 3 moons of Arania will reach their full phase, one per night, and this sort of illuminates the world in an unnatural power. And that is meant to start tomorrow night, will be the first of the full moons, which you know that the first night is known as Isaru Ascendant, which that is the smallest moon and likely the moon that he has come from, that he seems to be looking for. But you know that is meant to be a full moon tomorrow night, and that is like people have rituals over this the next 3 nights. It's a very common time for celebration. You do know that there is an old folk belief across Arania that if you dream of Isaru, you should ask no questions when you wake, is the sort of folk say.
Okay.
That was a lot of information.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down.
Look on the calendar. I'm not sure what you guys can actually see.
The
Can you
moon.
see? No, it's on 9, 10, and 11. Those 3 days, you will see there are 3 full moons, one after the other.
Oh yeah.
You know that the druids of the Verdant Men would know a lot more about that, but it is a time for a lot of rituals. It's like the nights are bright, and so there's a lot of stuff going on over those 3 days in Moria.
I don't think vampires will attack when the moon is at its highest. Gives us a few more days. Although I'm not sure how this affects vampires.
Well, one thing for certain, they wanted Carmilla for something, and right now they don't have her. They probably want to do some ritual with that moon.
But also considering that, like a full moon, it's just the sun shining very hard on the moon.
The biggest loophole in vampire lore, that they can come out at night because there's no sunlight. No, bro, still sunlight.
Well, it's filtered, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Does that mean that if they just put sunblock 5000 on, they should be fine?
Yeah, Dracula never had SPF anything. You can make an Arcana check to try and figure out what you might know about how vampires are affected by moonlight.
Okay.
Or if you want to make an argument for
That'll be
another
a 20
person.
or
Well,
30.
I can roll, but I don't think I beat Mikhail.
Yeah, with a 30, Mikhail, as you're considering this, you actually remember that when Ruas is full, which is the biggest of the moons, which is like way bigger than our moon, you know, it's quite a
Huge.
spectacle in the sky. You know that when that is full, it drives the wolves mad. And you know that were creatures become a lot more powerful. And you know that would be the third night of the Trifold Gleaming, which check um, because I believe it makes them way more powerful. In fact,
Way more powerful, even.
way more. So the big thing is beasts that are specifically sort of driven mad by it and become a lot more dangerous. So anyone infected with lycanthropy is like they generally want to shut themselves inside on that during those full
Oh
moons.
yeah. Is one of the twins
Yeah.
still a partner?
But it is not actually. Yeah, Ruas is for werewolves. Then the second night, Liu, which is the red moon, that's the one. It's like it illuminates the world in a reddish glow, and that is the one that makes the vampires stronger. So you know that the first night, it and as you are speaking with this creature, you know that there are sort of psionic effects that happen on the first night. Like people have weird dreams, and that moon is generally connected with um, yeah, they like people light things called mind flame braziers to ward off mind walkers, they call them. But it's the main thing is that on the second night, vampires will be stronger. On the third night, werewolves will be stronger. So I've got a lot of information. that's that's the main thing you are asking.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, since moonlight is just reflected sunlight, but I see they get more powerful from it. That's terrifying.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong when it's the biggest moon, but the red moon, something about that light is not harmful to vampires. It has the opposite effect.
Oh god, it's evil. The evil moon.
Aesthetically, get them hyped.
Okay.
Alright, so from what we can gather, once Leo goes into full moon, that's probably where the vampires would be at their strongest. That's probably where they'll start making their moves. At least partially some moves.
Well, I don't think any of the armies will get here in time.
That is true.
Just have to hold them off for a night.
Yeah.
This plot
Yeah.
sounds very familiar.
We're not going to the moon.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
There are only a bunch of movies where you just need to survive the night.
Isn't there literally like a movie about like a town in Alaska or something where like they also just have to survive a night? Like
Isn't The
secretive-
Purge a night or is 24 hours?
It's a night. It's basically one night every year they can basically purge.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, it's also every horror movie, every slasher movie ever. It's like the cops will be here in the morning.
Except for, I think, Halloween.
Yeah, the only
Because
one I thought of immediately for no reason was 13 Hours in Benghazi, but that's not exactly the same.
Yep, the movie I was referencing is 30 Days of Night, but it's essentially that. Like,
there's also Walking Dead, like not Walking Dead, what's called the Romero ones. That doesn't matter if yeah, Night of the Living Dead. It doesn't even matter if you survive the until morning. Then you just get shot.
But also, I mean, yeah, that is the plot of like that's the whole thing with vampires. They're dangerous at night, but during the day you can get away. So if you can survive till morning, open a curtain and you is good to. It is morning now, and you are feeling a sense of relief, but you know that Knowles and Leonin they don't have to hide from the sun. So as as the morning progresses and you have you see that the dinosaur will eventually get up to go and graze again. You are not that far away from the Verdant Main if you wanted to continue your journey in that direction, but you've got a couple of places you could explore around here, and also I will say I'm going to shorten the time span for
Intrigue.
the intrigue slightly, but only slightly. So it'll be 4 days or 3 days. I've marked them on the calendar. You'll see. The 10th will be the next time that you will make a domain turn, which is actually on that night when you ascend. Sorry, that wasn't on.
Okay.
I think it's marked, but this one we did the day before, the 7th, is marked.
Okay, yeah, I've got them marked on mine. I think
Yeah.
they're just not visible. Oh,
Well, if you have extra time, you want to try to grab the elven cache down here. Although we need to maybe
yeah,
calculate and make sure.
yeah, the one that. Yeah, the one in the center is we already got that. It's
Yeah.
just there's one here.
I'm not sure you are the navigator. Maybe you can tell us how long it will take us to get to the tribe and how much would a detour cost us. Because I believe this night is the.
Yeah. Yeah. Triber would actually want to try help your tribe first. Like he doesn't want to detour to a loot area. He doesn't want to. He wants to focus on saving lives. Yeah. Helping your tribe.
Yeah, I'll get Theodore and tell him, well, we're heading to my tribe. The vampires, werewolves, the other Leonin will probably going to attack in the next few days. So if you're seeking some, well, targets to use arcane on, you're more than welcome.
Wonderful. I would love to pick their brains on some of their ideas of the moons.
Very well.
Yeah. Yeah, Falcon does not know if it's literally or not, and it will stay that way.
I haven't seen them eat any brains.
Yeah, I know.
So.
It doesn't, like, it doesn't know at all. Not like meta wise as well. He has no idea.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can imagine Tribers earlier in that one. He's aware. Yeah, but as long as it's not them.
If you guys want to head out, though, you can start making some exploration checks, some navigation checks too.
Yeah, I will help Trimir. Well, he has the tools and everything, but I'm more familiar with the area, so I'll try to make sure he's staying on the correct course.
Yeah, you can give him advantage there.
Okay, so I can just straight up roll advantage.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, advantage roll. Let's go. Yeah, 22. Then Carmilla is on lookout. Perceive.
Look at that.
Oh, damn.
Okay, nice. So as you guys make your way towards the Verdant Main, sort of heading along the path that you had planned to take in the opposite direction, you make your way out of the Shadow Claw's immediate territory, still in Shadowclaw territory, but you are now moving into the Verdant Mains protected groves. As you are making your way, Carmilla, you will notice that off to the side of the road there will be a small outcropping where there's like a bit of a cave just under a hillside here, just where the tree lines are beginning at the edge of the grassland, and you will see this cave is inhabited by vampire spawn. They seem to be camped out there, and they seem to be hiding from the daylight and resting in the cave. But as you are making away and scouting, you will be noticing them as you are getting to about here.
Ooh. Good time to slay. Guys want to enter combat with these vampires? Make sure.
Asking when for Carmilla to say something.
Oh, all right.
Well, we most likely don't want to go into that cave unless we want to feed some vampires.
If we take them out now, there will not be a problem later. And if
Yeah.
they're asleep,
Yeah,
get the jump on them.
Yep, plus Theodore would like some knowledge. He could pick some knowledge from their brains.
Ooh, the vampires use magic.
Some of them do.
They all in one. Before the. I think she was a vampire. Not sure if those guys use magic, but.
Be interested to find out.
Yep. Sounds like we're heading in.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will say we're going to take a 5-minute break here as I set up the map.
Okay, sure, of
Alright.
course. I was a character at the beginning of that session. Wow, I was so lucky we were with Dwarven twins getting the stunning critical on what was her name again? Vetra.
Sometimes we lucky, sometimes not so lucky.
Yeah, we were all rolling crits on her, especially Duncan.
Yeah, I got one crit.
But that did
Yeah, it was a magical crit, so. With great weapon master.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it
stun.
was incredible. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Just going to say the stun really made a big difference there. I've been kind of stressing over them. Like, are they going to escape? What are we going to do if they get captured? But yeah, stunned. It was like, oh, okay, no, they're getting out of here.
Yeah, and what was incredible is that I noticed that both me and Mikkel, when we rolled our crits, we rolled max like 2 8s on our crit 21. Although half to 10, it was incredible.
Twins definitely have worked together before.
Well, I sure hope so. It's twins.
Be surprising if they had.
Trying to remember which moon we destroyed in the Kiga campaign.
It was Izzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the one shot, you blew up Ruas. You threw Tiamat at it. It's the one that
What?
had exploded. The Izzy just kind of switched off.
Oh. Well, it's happening like 8 years in the future, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm not being too cagey about like the fact that there's mind flayers up there, because meta wise half of you know that all too well.
Oof.
Oh yeah, speaking of mind flayers, so did you really like the name I gave Theodore?
Does feel fit. Then maybe I should setting up lighting, and then I'm like, the whole point is that this is a dark cabin.
Like, yeah, they are in a dark cave, so yeah. Unless they have some torchlight.
I think they need torchlight. Unless you, there is a way to topple down the cave on them.
Yeah, we've got some TNT in your back pocket.
And maybe Mikhail, I don't know. Who knows what he has? Gorm has a
Yeah.
bunch of. Was it Augur fed? But it's way too far away at the moment.
Ogre fat to collapse a tunnel. That's yeah. I suppose I wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah.
Commander,
Yeah.
you haven't taken a long rest. Doesn't look like. You're welcome to go in with 14 hit points to your new day. Yeah, I'm gonna say in terms of like the other wolves are with, but
They are guarding the perimeter.
yeah, the twins will stand at the doorway. Kara will come in with you, and I will give, yeah, because you don't have the elves with you anymore. I'll give one of you control of Kara and one of you control of the Elhoon. Who wants to take which?
Wait, is
Who's
Theodore
it
with us?
Yeah, he said the
Theodore will
Alhorn.
be with you. You can control them if you want. They might be a little bit more of a complicated stat bar because it's a spellcaster, but so I'm happy to control them if you prefer. I think it's more fun if you guys control the party.
Sure, I'll take control of.
So yeah, there's two. There's Kara and there's Theodore. One.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll take Theodore since I named him.
I'll take Kara then.
roll again. Forgetting. Sorry, almost there. Okay. Yeah. Got that. And I've decided not to just prepare every possible outcome ever. And hopefully you don't mind taking quick breaks like that. But
Oh yeah,
if
it's
everyone,
fine.
if everyone is ready, I'm ready to continue.
Yep.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
you approach the cavern, you will be finding the entrance of this cavern, and to the one side you will see there is it it down into darkness. There's a big drop on the one side, but the vampires in here seem to be resting at least.
Yeah. Right now, I don't have control over Theodore.
I'll give that to you. Blind, I can't find your name on the list.
Premier Larson, my username.
No, I know the name I'm looking for. I just couldn't see it. There you go. Should work
Okay,
now.
I got it. Oh damn, Theodore is powerful.
Yeah, I'll just put my finger to my lips and motion the party to be as quiet as we can so we can get the jump on them.
Yep. Yeah, like you look over to Carmilla. Quiet. like saying like asking like we'd like to use that spell again. Pass on others.
I just said in general, but if you are saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of shadows to pull. But right.
Yeah, you're literally walking into a dark cave. There's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
this is more for the sound of our steps.
Yeah, I don't think it makes you quieter, does it?
Well,
No, I think
visibly
it's
tracks.
Yeah, I think it's more like visual, not
yeah.
sound wise.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, as you guys move in, you're definitely enshrouded by this shadow. As you can make stealth checks, and if it is, you will have to beat. Yeah, if you can beat a 16 on a stealth check, then you will be able to sneak up on them and get a surprise round.
All right.
At least surprise the closest one.
It's a good start.
Ooh, okay, very nice.
Uh,
1 fortitude or. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Oop. Okay, good. Yep.
And for Kara, 22. I couldn't find.
Okay, yes. Pretty good stealth check. So you are going to get a surprise round against the first ones you attack, which will be the closest ones. I don't know if anyone can actually see them. Some of you have got dark.
Yeah, I see some. Yeah.
It depends on the distance, but yeah.
Theodore definitely sees.
Slowly start moving ahead.
Yep.
You're seeing something very strange. Yeah, as you approach here, as you are walking in, just from there, that is where you're going to roll for initiative. But they will have the surprised condition to begin. So yeah,
Okay.
everyone in that group, you can roll for initiative.
Oof.
Okay, so everyone rolled there. Okay, so the top of the round, Thelgrin, we will start with you. As you can see, at least 2 of these mind players spawn that think like I am Legend, the way that they're just sort of standing there in the dark.
I slowly make my way right here. I lift my axe and angrily swing towards the spawn's neck. rage first. And smack it with the axe. I have advantage, I believe, to sleep.
Oh yeah. On your first attack, I believe, or wait, let the DM decide what.
Yeah, you've got advantage.
I attack. And I hit.
Yeah, as you hit that the first time, it will wake it and it'll let out a screech that kind of echoes through this cavern, but it is definitely taken by surprise. Looks afraid.
Well, I have another attack. Oh,
Ooh.
and another attack.
Ooh, yeah.
Yay!
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's just enough to kill it. What is this combo?
I swing for its spawn's neck, but it wakes up and just moves in a second, so I hit the shoulder blade. And then I just swing, I bring it from upwards, downwards, making his leg. And then again to the side and hitting it straight in the side and killing it. Although I might need to stab it again with like quarter stuff to make sure it's dead. But that's my turn. Actually, I don't remember. We fought the spawn. I don't know if I don't remember if it got up or not. But yeah, for now that's me.
Okay, Carmela, go to you.
Oh my. Time to explode. Time to explore caves. Oh. Something up there. Freaking wall.
Is there a wall? Sorry, that I didn't actually set up the walls on this.
Yeah, it's fine. It would make sense considering to create the correct. Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I've just started making walls not actually restrict your movement. No, it's just annoying to bump into. Should be able to move through it now.
Oh, even down. That means I can have my fun.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's dead. What?
Why would it be dead?
Because it was a
One
grid.
hit, yeah, that's definitely gonna get you a lot of the way.
Oh well. At least I woke it up.
Yeah, lets out a screech and is like scrambling as you are just slicing and stabbing. It is not able to react as you have it surprised, but it has let out a screech and promptly alerted the others. Is that okay?
Nah. Just do. At least it has to work for its food. What? I'm not sure why it went backwards. In the turn order.
Yeah, because I rolled I forgot to roll initiative 1. As yeah, this one will be surprised because surprised. So they don't act on this, but the spiders are not surprised. And yeah, as that happens, the spider is going to cast a web to try and catch whatever just walked in there. Oh wait, attack. Oh, it isn't attack. Okay, I thought it was the web spell. Okay, so that is going to be a 20 to hit you, Kamala, as a web comes flying out of the cavern towards you.
A 20, you say?
Yeah.
There's only one thing to do. Do. I don't know why it didn't trigger.
Sorry, it didn't actually target you, but yeah, then you manage to block this web as it nearly webs you to the rock, but you manage to protect yourself. As we go to the vampire spawn, who this one has been woken, but was far enough away that is not surprised. So this one is going to start making its way in to investigate what that was, to investigate the street. Sees that this one has been hurt, and then movement does it actually have, or not that much. It is going to take the dash action, and it is going to climb. Uh, you see it move over the edge of the cliff and kind of into the spider webs. This one likewise starts moving forward. The spider notices you guys coming in and is going to try and web the shield net as yeah, you haven't hidden yourself from the spiders. And Okay, so Kara is hit by a web and will be restrained by webbing. You just see her walking in and uh, getting caught from the side as she's now trapped up in webbing. She's restrained, but she can make a strength check to break out of it on her turn.
All right.
And then, oh god, there's another.
Another one.
Okay, this one. One moves up along the walls and it's just like scuttling up along the walls towards you as trying to be able to go to you.
Okay. Let's see what to do. Yeah, but noticing that Kara's getting webbed up, yeah, he'll move. He'll move around here at the edge, and he's gonna cast second level spell, Rhine's Binding Ice. Ooh, yeah, it just reaches him. These
Nice.
two. Yeah.
Okay, they succeed,
they
but they
both
take
save.
half damage, so neither of them are frozen. Yeah, but you see the webbing starts to kind of freeze and they start losing some balance.
Okay, yeah. Does Charlie still have movement left? Yeah. So he's gonna move back a bit. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
So,
Right here.
so that web is now frozen. It could be shattered, but also uh, if they move along that web, they will have to make a dex save or fall prone.
Okay. Yep, that is Trevor's turn.
Okay, this one is surprised and wounded, so we go to the Elhu.
All right, all good. You know what? Yeah, Delgin seeing what Trimer did. Yeah, it's gonna follow it up. Yeah, he's gonna follow that up with use his Mind Blast feature. On them. It's like a 60-foot cone, so it reaches them.
Wait to reach
60 foot. Damn.
Wait to reach the giant spider in the back.
Yeah.
If you can see it.
Oh yeah. I don't have the measure template, but
Okay, well, you have a
is
measure
it-
tool, so use that.
okay. Measurement control, drawing tools, journal notes. Wait, is it measurement controls?
Yeah, on the left, you should be able to select a cone. Measurement
Okay, there you go.
controls.
Code. Okay, click and drag. So that's a 60-foot cone. Oh no. Oh. Is it hard to control? Come on. Damn.
Try scroll
Like, is it
changes.
reaching?
Yeah, I was having the same problem moving it now. Just like zoom out further before you make.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it's about to reach that spider. So, uh-oh. Token controls. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll target that spider. See. With that mind blast. Oh, yep, they also fail. So what Mind Blast does, so it does 4d8 plus 4 psychic damage.
Okay, where's the? Can you put the template down so I can see where you passed? Because
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, let me zoom out.
it's the first time we placed the template. I'm sorry.
There we go. Right, so should I just manually roll 4d8 plus 4?
Yeah. What? Okay. Do you want me to
Okay,
take
sorry,
over?
sorry.
Okay, sorry. That block.
Okay, 21 psychic damage on those three. And they are
For one.
and they're stunned. Yep. Yep, and he'll move back and yep, and enter.
Yeah, one of the spiders explodes as the other one is like knocked onto its back and starts curling up. It is not quite dead yet, but it is very close from that blast.
Well, so Kara's gonna try and get out of the webbing, which was a strength check. Oh, strength saving throw, sorry. For 23.
Oh yeah. She rips out. I'll say that's a bonus action. She
Okay,
manages to break.
Then using her 30 feet of movement, she's then going to actually remove the strain first. Alright. Then using her 30 feet of movement, she's going to move up towards the spawn. And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay, we'll go to Mikil. I mean, if you want to say she might be able to prepare a help action or something. You
True.
want to combo something with Mikil, but it's up to you.
But I think for now we shall just be doing. Is there a bonus action to light a torch?
Object
as you were rolling,
interaction.
you can do it as a free action if you
Right, because Mikkel
about
actually
you like one as you run into the game.
Yeah. So now that Mikkel can see, he's gonna throw a fireball at the nearest spawn, being that one.
Yeah, that if she was preparing a help action, she could have given you advantage on that.
Alright, that's good to
Using
know
some
for
free
next
action.
time. Yeah, that misses, so that would be all my actions, so that'll be my turn.
Is she not helping you?
Well, I just said that's good to know for next time, so like,
I didn't want to retcon that.
Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then this one still surprised. Oh wait.
That's the dead one.
Oh, it's that. Okay. So then I'll go back to you.
Okay, look, seeing that it does not appear to stand up after I beat the shit out of it. Step over it and move on to the next one.
Bruh.
Oh, actually, you have a good point there. Oh no. No.
No? Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned before that. I asked this before. You mentioned that vampires spawn. Yeah, when they reach 0 hit points, they can't regenerate.
Yeah, fair enough. I swing at this one. Ghostly. So I'll have advantage.
Okay, nice.
That's one. That's two. Yeah, that would be my turn. As I charge at this one.
Oh, come on.
It's time to end it. Seems they are much harder to kill.
They're needed.
So close.
Ah, so close.
Oh well. My job is done.
Okay. This no, they're no longer surprised. This one is going to use a bonus action to shadow jump and teleport 30 feet. I'm just double checking. Oh, it must be in dim light or darkness. So the torch from Miki is actually limiting where they can go.
Teleport right behind him because he's blocking the torch with his body, so there is some shadow behind him.
They can teleport right behind you. There's
Yeah, that's fair.
that's still dim light. It's just bright
Yeah.
light close. So yeah, it teleports behind Thalgrim and gets the flank because it makes a spike chain attack.
It's a hit.
Ooh.
It's a crit. Damn. And a deck save from me.
Yes.
I fail. Oh, I succeed. Yay. It should not have happened, I assume.
No, that was
But
for
you are raging,
flesh
right?
out. So yeah, it shouldn't have halved. It halved again.
Yeah, there we go. I applied it.
Oh, and then
2 more. Or missing with both of them, despite the advantage from going reckless. But yeah, that first one, it manages to teleport behind you and catch you by surprise. But once you know it's there, you're able to defend. As one of the spiders, that one is stunned, curled up on it. This one is also stunned. However, it does stop regenerating.
I think they can make a check at the end of the turn to break all the stun.
Oh yeah. It's a DC 16 intelligence saving throw. At the end of its turn, ending the effect.
Come on, Spider, if you get a crit, you're out.
Yeah,
Oh, is
Almost.
that nope.
there's a -4.
It needs a nat 20.
Yeah, that's why I said a crit.
Okay, then we go to the vampire spawn over here, and he is also regenerating slightly, but is going to make a claw attack against Camilla, and then that's a nat 1. That will follow up with a bite. It's a 9. So yeah, as you've kind of just cut into this thing, it turns around and tries to jump onto you, but it is so badly hurt that it is not able to fight you very well at all. That spider's dead. This spawn is crawling around the walls and is going to appear here and also make one attack against 2 attacks probably. 8 to 13. Crimea, we go to you as the vampire spawn are descending on Carmilla, but they don't seem that eager to actually hurt her, apparently.
Yep.
Vampire pheromones, clearly.
Or just stroking your hair.
Hmm.
None of us.
Yeah, Trymere is gonna move around 10 feet here, and yeah. Right now he does see both the vampire spawn and the spider there. Yeah, he's gonna seeing that they're stunned. He's gonna take this opportunity. He's going to cast lightning bolt since they're stunned. They automatically fail dex saving throws, I believe.
Yep.
Yep, angle it in. Okay, yep, there we go. Oh, man, that's a lot of ones.
Okay, you have to be standing where you're firing it from.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't see where I was, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah, definitely. I'll say the lightning also is affected by the web that he's standing on that has been wet by the ice, and that vampire is uh, electrified as well. He will have disadvantage on his next save to overcome the stun, as well as he's now getting tased at the same time. But the spider is completely obliterated.
Phew. And with that, he's gonna use the rest of his movement to move here, and yep, that's it.
Apply here. The shock reducer. Sorry, I thought I might have like a little electrocuted condition. Apparently not.
Wrong
we'll just
system,
roll
I
with-
think.
As this one is going to get up and yeah, it also we'll try and go for Kamala as well. But again, oh, finally, this one wants some revenge. It's a 22.
Oh yeah, tried to double click the right one, didn't work.
So again with the 19.
No, not this time.
Okay, yeah, you managed to block its bite attack as you see it scrambling onto you, and it just you see it looking at you and it goes, "No, I must taste the moonblacks, please." As it, you see it's got this crazed, feral look in its eye. But we go to Theodore.
Okay. I'm gonna see if Theodore recharges his mind blast. Nope. Theodore is gonna move 30 feet around around I assume around here. What can he do? What can he do?
Bear in mind, Theodore's here to test his magic. His mind blast is probably his least favorite option.
Okay. All right. Yeah, doing what is following up what Trimer did. He's gonna use a lightning bolt of his own. Oh, what the heck? For some reason, I can't create templates with Theodore, but I'll have to manually do it.
Yeah, welcome to having an NPC.
All right, Ray template. Yeah, essentially just like that. So deck saving throws for them. I wonder if it works if I like target them and then.
Yeah, probably, but doesn't matter. They both failed, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Oh, let me do it again. Okay, there we go. So it targets them, so it applies the damage. I have to make this attack roll first to like ignore that, but essentially. Okay, there we go. 24.
Yeah, but
And
what is
that should be his turn.
the DC meant to be?
Oh, the DC is DC.
It's like his mind blast in 16.
Oh yeah,
Probably
16.
no. It's probably different from his mind blast. Look in the spell book, same as Trymere.
Oh, it says right here. Or oh wait,
No, no. Okay, I'm not giving monsters that. Okay, it's yeah. On his spell casting, the spell casting is different from his innate abilities, but it is also a 16.
like it shows. Yeah, it also shows 16 spell DC 16.
That's it. That's his innate spell casting, which is different. In the spell book, it tells
yeah,
you
I'm
what,
looking at.
what is. He's
Yeah,
a
I'm looking
mind
at
cleric,
DC spell
so with
casting.
okay. Yeah, so then they both would have failed that, but you see when they re-rolled, it did an attack, so only applied half damage. It's fine. So yeah, one of them is killed. The other one is still looking relatively okay.
Alright. Kara, seeing the Shadow Dancer, is gonna move over. Try and get some attacks over it. So. Multi attack is 2 attacks, right? Just so.
Usually says.
It doesn't here. But,
Oh yeah, that hers is fucked up. It just says makes a number of attacks. But yeah, it should be 2.
Alright, neat. Then for my first attack, I'm gonna shield bash the Shadow Dancer.
Ooh, nice.
Alright. That means.
It's prone.
Yep, exactly. And then for her next attack, she's going to attack with a battle axe. And prone was advantage, right?
Yep.
So yes.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Oh, nice.
And do that for 3 points of damage. Okay. That'll be her turn. And then
Wait, 3 points of damage.
yeah, she rolled a
You rolled a
1.
1.
Yep.
Thought she was tougher than that. It's just
Yeah, for
But
some
you-
reason, restrict mod is +2.
It's because it's her mod. That's the reason.
Right. Mikkel's gonna come
yeah,
over.
not everyone's a god. You, your elven
Not
bodybuilders
true.
are not here anymore.
Right. First attack, 13 damage. Not that great, but that's fine. Second attack. Oh, I still hit, but badly injured. Okay, and for my next trick, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Very nice
Oh,
trick.
wow.
Classic.
Classic. Took him ages to get there.
It's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks.
That's true, yeah.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Okay, nice. This one. Where the fuck is this one? Oh, that's the dead one.
The guy I killed on the first turn.
Gotta remember. Yeah, I'll remember.
Well, both of them are attacking the Shadow Dancer, so might as well join.
Yep, he's prone. So
Yeah.
Okay.
oh crap!
Sweet.
This is your third crit this session.
Sweet. Adios.
Adios.
I take her head off.
Yep. That you do.
Victim number next. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh!
The way that dice bounced seemed like it was a cock dice. Like, I know you can't do that, but it literally rolled backwards.
Maximum
Oh,
damage.
Oh my gosh!
Check his
Good.
PC.
And I have another attack.
it's still
Yeah,
alive.
because you killed and rolled.
You brought it down to
Yeah, I killed and rolled 2 crits, but I have only 1 bonus action, so it doesn't really help me. Oh my god!
no way.
Oh my gosh! No fucking way! That's a 1 in 1600 with chance. Rolling 3
Should have
dice.
filled the lottery ticket. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is it? A triple crit. I'll say, is that all of your attacks? 'Cause
Yep.
I'll say you get an extra one on a triple crit. What the hell? That's enough to just keep it going for one more swing.
Fuck it, why not? We're balling. I'll swing it in recklessly.
I swear, this is another crit.
Oh my god!
God!
Holy crap. Okay.
I
I'm just cleaning up.
Oh my god.
It's my turn.
Okay, that is definitely a record here. 4 crits in a row on the same turn.
That's 1 in 30. Wait, no, that's 1 in 16. Wait, thousand. I think.
1 in a
Something
lot.
like that. 1 in 16,000. 1 in 16,000 chance.
Yeah, I take down the Shadow Dancer's head off, and then I just charge towards that spawn and just shoulder bash him so he falls, and just hit the X straight on his head, like in the center of his forehead, killing the one and just rushing towards the other one and just hitting it right in the on the side.
Are you trying to move past where you're standing there? Because I know there's a
No,
wall.
no, right here.
Right here. Then Carmilla, we go to you. Yes, there's one stunned and electrocuted on the web, and then yeah, Felgren has just left a bloody trail up to this last one. Might be able to finish him off.
Yes, yes, yes. It's just planned. Come on. Don't care about your itch. There you are.
Oh, just hit.
Oh, damn, still alive.
Oh well, at least I got some information out of that.
Almost.
Last one. Hey.
Oh, there we go.
And off with its head it goes. I'm just like, keep staffing, and it's like, it doesn't go down, and I'm like, enough! Off with your head. It just chops it off. The head falls down into the ravine.
Nice. Yeah, bounces off a couple of rocks on the way down, and there is just that one left in the sort of frozen spider web that is just looking at you all in fear now.
Yeah. Oh man, I must say, I think next level Dalgren gets brutal critical, and oh my gosh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
enemies
Level 9
have
is
a
brutal
bad time.
critical.
And Gorm will be back.
Yeah.
With shipping Thalgrim off to fight
The
again.
Armenian games. He's clearly ready.
Good. Uh, Carmela, is that your turn?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. Nice.
All the way to Trimere. Oh no. That guy.
Yeah, it is this guy.
Okay,
He
so
is
that's safe.
still stunned, and he will have disadvantage. Oh,
Yep.
disadvantage actually working that time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with the 7, he is still stunned and is on this very precarious ice web. Even if he is able to break out of it, he's going to be slipping and. Oh no, actually, he's got spider climb. He can't fall for it.
Oh yeah. Right, Trimer's just gonna move here and going to cast Firebolt. Firebolt.
Targeting him.
Where advantage fire.
Are you targeting
Oh,
him
damn.
direct?
Yeah. Yep, that is Trimer's turn.
Okay. Not adding any sorcery points or anything?
Ah, nah, he's fine.
Cool. Then the Alhoon. Let's see what they're doing.
Finger of Death's the spine of Vampire Spawn. Nukes into oblivion.
He does have something similar.
Okay, I was just guessing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Since you mentioned it, you know what? Why not?
Be overkill, but yeah. Oh yes. He would be wanting to test it out. He wants to use his
Shit.
magic.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's already gonna. Oh wait, I had to roll. Ignore it. It's just gonna.
That's a con save for it, right?
Yeah. No, it's like deck save. Uh,
Which it
yeah,
fails.
deck save. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll 10d6 plus 40.
Laser. Pretty sure you one shot
yeah,
it
so
on full health.
Oh yeah, it's not applying because it this, but yeah, apply it to 72.
But yeah, what does it look like? I mean, he had 42 hit points left, so definitely
Oh
instant
yeah,
kill.
I imagine. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine Theodore's is reading from his book. He goes, "Okay," he got like arcane words, and then points a finger like pew, poo, bah. Like it hits the vampire spawn in the chest, and it like it just disintegrated. Thanos disintegration.
Yeah, and that whole web along with it, there's just everything crumbles as there is nothing left after that, and you all quickly get the impression that this creature has got some serious uh, magical power. But Thelgrin has made quick work of most of them, and the team has managed to defeat these vampire spawn. You have cleared this cave of some immediate threats to the third and main tribe, and we are out of time.
Okay. And yeah, all right. And since this cave that these vampires seem to use, I wonder if we can collapse the cave so that they don't use it as like a hidey hole place again.
Yeah, I mean it's just a natural sort of cave, but if you want to collapse it, you're going to need yeah,
Like
you're going
only
to need
the
something.
entrance, essentially.
That is a demolition job and a half. We might have to come
Yeah.
back with explosives for that.
Ah, okay, true.
Yeah, you're trying to blow up the side of a mountain. I mean, and clearly there's a large pit here. You might be able to seal the entrance. That may be
Y-
easier than
Yeah, that's
collapsing
it.
the entire cave.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sealing the entrance. At least.
Okay, so how are you going to do
Wonder
that?
if. Hmm.
Yeah, you might need a smaller explosion to like drop some rocks off of the top of it, but you're on the border of the forests, like where the grasslands end and the forest begins. So there's loads of little caves and stuff like this around here.
Oh, true.
It just seems like the darkest spot they could find nearby. But if you want to try and seal it off, that definitely would prevent them from camping here again.
Hmm. Could Trevor basically attempt to use his a lost era emulator since it can like melt stone. He's wondering if he can essentially try to wonder if he can like make it either a survival or a nature check somehow, perception to basically find anything within the cave entrance where he can pierce and essentially cause some rocks to collapse onto the entrance.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make a survival check to find a weak point and try to use the laser to. And,
All right, survival check. Come on, high roll. Yeah, 24.
oh yeah, definitely. You definitely mark a couple of weak points, and you figure with a few well placed carvings with that laser, you'll be able to drop it.
Okay.
So I assume everyone's going to head outside before he does that.
Preferably.
Yep.
Preferred, yeah.
Unless there is another like, dragon horde down here we can find.
I mean, you can always have a look, but no, probably.
Yeah, I'll just just like crack my back and most of the wound from the chain will heal. And I'll tell Theodore, well, you clearly know what you're doing. You pack a punch.
Yes, I haven't gotten to test that in a while, but thank you. That was fun.
Will be a lot more where that came from, so
At this point, you know that you are getting uh, fairly close to the verdant main tribe, and you know that these vampires were basically camped just on the outskirts. You know that the rituals that are probably going to be starting over the next few nights. If anyone had wandered out of town, they definitely would have run into these vampires. So you get the impression you have protected the verdant main, but it is still a few miles away from where you are here. So, and it's getting close to about midday. But yeah, if did we say Trymere already did the thing?
he rolled a navigation check already.
He found the weak
Yeah, I rolled
points.
a 22.
But
Oh,
yeah,
wait, 24 for the weak points.
Trymere, you are able to destroy the cave there with that laser and completely cover the entrance. Sorry, I wasn't sure if we actually said that you did that.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. poised to continue your journey. Oh, you're in the wrong.
Yep. So should I? So I should make another survival navigator skill check.
Yeah, if that's what you guys are doing. You're gonna continue
Okay.
on,
Yep.
yeah.
And yep. And with advantage with Dahlgren's familiarity with the area. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yep. I'm gonna use magical guidance. For that one. Reroll that. I cannot. This better not be in that one. Oh man. 10.
Not
Yeah,
a
that's
net
better.
one.
I've used all the luck there.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys head out, can you please roll a D? What is it? A 6 for me.
I can do that. Since I rolled
Yeah.
the navigator. 3.
Okay, you accidentally make your way back along the road, and
Okay. Okay.
you head off in the wrong direction, wasting about 2 hours of travel. Well, you only hit an hour out, but you're gonna have to hit an hour back. So by the time you realize your mistake, it has gotten a bit later in the day. But yeah, essentially, by the time you get here, you will be able to notice that this has happened because you know the area. So I'll put it back to where you were going, unless you want to change course. But you can make another navigation check to try and get yourselves back on track, as
Okay.
you've just lost some time.
Oh my god.
Oh my, what's this? Okay, magical guidance. Come on. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Tremor seems to really be struggling with the map at the moment. This, for some reason, this terrain is getting confusing, mainly because you destroyed one of the landmarks here to actually like to seal that cavern. Like, oh shit, now the caves aren't properly showing up in our vision. But you account for it, and with that one, you continue on towards the burden. And
Is that?
yeah, what's the time actually? No.
Yep.
Shit, we've gone over already. Oh man.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention to the time, but we'll say here as you make your way to the verdant main, you will see one of the druids as you're getting to this part of the town that will come out to greet you, Thalgrin, and seeing your party, they will welcome you in and usher you towards the town as you are finally back home and in the safety of the verdant main. We'll pick things up there next week.
Yay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank
Man,
you guys for the
man,
name.
I cannot believe.
Thanks for the
Yep.
session.